Hello everyone, Alcaraz versus Sinner went down tonight. Let's get into this as fast as possible. Ismaeel, I want your thoughts on this epic clash that we were waiting for a long time.
I was so looking forward to this match. I was so hyped for it. And honestly, Alcaraz delivered. I don't know about Sinner. I don't know where he is, but I cannot imagine how much Alcaraz shows up for these matches. It's just insane how he's able to raise his level, especially in the big moments, in the important points. He knows exactly what to do. I feel like till now, in most, if not all of their matches, I have not seen Sinner play his best tennis against Alcaraz. But Alcaraz finds a way to play his best tennis, especially in the important moments. For me, this match completely changed when it was 15-40, 5-6 down for Alcaraz. 2 break points, set points for Sinner. Second serve, he puts it in the net. Forehand, he put the forehand in the net. To the deuce side, 30-40. They were in a rally, and then a wild backhand down the line error. And that's it. It was over from there. Alcaraz found a way to hold. He took control of the tiebreak. 6-4 in the tiebreak. Alcaraz had one of the nastiest volleys I have ever seen on set point. That nasty backhand slice volley to cut it short, and then Sinner, it was like a slice drop shot volley. Sinner picks it up, Alcaraz ends it. And then I was like, okay, well, Sinner, maybe he has a chance to reset. That was a really close first set. And then Alcaraz runs through him, 5-love, double break down. Sinner had basically no chance in that second set. I don't think he saw a break point. He lost all his rhythm. He was not able to dominate. He decided to return a little bit further back, but that didn't help. Alcaraz just felt like he was so confident. He had found his rhythm completely. Alcaraz on that knee, with the knee injury, with the nose strip. I don't know why that's there. I'm still confused exactly what its purpose. Alcaraz finds his best level. He is the clutch. He is the man. He is the new king of clay. It's amazing. It's amazing how 4-0 now in the last 4 times they play each other. It's unbelievable. Alcaraz, he's the man. He's the alpha.
Haroon, your thoughts on this one?
That didn't go.
You had Sinner winning it.
What?
You had Sinner winning it.
Yeah, I had Sinner winning.
Entire tournament.
That didn't go as planned. I thought it was going to go in a different way completely. It was weird, though. I really thought Sinner was going to come back. I picked Sinner in 3. So I thought that, okay, this was the plan. The plan was he's going to lose the first set or take the first set and lose the second, however it may be. And then, okay, now Sinner lost the tight first set in a tie break. Okay, nice, interesting. Now Sinner's supposed to easily take that next one. I was so confident that Sinner is going to win that second set. I actually went to go make some food. And when I came back, he's like down 4-5-love. What in the world was that? What? That was weird. That was weird. I really thought that Sinner was going to win that second set so easily. But yeah, I was shocked. I was like, what in the world? Wait. I was getting food. I wanted to eat more. I wanted to enjoy some nice tennis. At least a third nice set. At least Alcaraz in 3. Fine. Lose. I don't need my pick. It's fine. But at least I wanted more tennis. That first set was awesome. Amazing rivalry, by the way. I think it's, like we keep on talking about like the Fidel matchup. It's an amazing Sinner-Alcaraz. It's an awesome matchup. I loved it. I was super awesome. I was super feeling really enjoying myself. You know, I felt like it was really nice tennis. They're both just so smooth with it. They're letting out all of their best shots and being creative. And it was really nice. It delivers. This matchup always delivers, but this one fell short. I thought it was going to deliver a bit more. But Sinner, I don't know. I don't know what happened to Sinner. Sometimes I feel like Sinner loses because he's like, I don't know. He just checks out. He logs out. It's like, okay, now I'm a completely different player. I'm Sinner of 2022 or something for some reason. It's really, it's really weird. You see him play the whole tournament all year, crushing every single person. His average forehand quality is 8.9. Today it was 7.6. What? So weird. Like when he plays Alcaraz, sometimes it's like, yeah, okay, now I'm a normal player. Like why? What? Why? It's like, just stay the course. You just crush Tommy Paul. You crush Ruud. You crush anybody else. I don't know. Like I'm a bit disappointed, but good because you know the curse of winning Rome and then you lose RG. So Sinner lost Rome and maybe he's gonna win RG. Who knows? We'll get into that when we talk about it. But Yeah, it was.
Maybe he prefers Rome to RG because it's his home tournament.
But
But
that was. But
the first set though, Haroon, to your point, it was a high level that first set. I really enjoyed the first set.
Yeah.
It was really close.
Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah.
It was a great first set.
Yeah, it was.
It's just the second set he disappeared entirely.
Yeah, it was weird.
Or you could say Alcaraz, he played an unbelievable level in that second also.
They were both unbelievable, yeah. But Alcaraz just took it away. He was making unforced errors. Both of them were making unforced errors, but it was going back and forth. I don't know why it went away from them.
Yousef, you had Alcaraz in 2 today.
I did.
So you saw that coming.
And you guys keep saying, I didn't expect this. I didn't expect this. I did expect this. And
I had Alcaraz in 3. I didn't think in 2.
Yeah.
I did not think in 2.
We have to understand something. We have to understand something.
Yeah, you had them in 2. You had
Carlos
Alcaraz in 2.
Yes, because there's something about Carlos Alcaraz. As much as I talk about the dips, because I don't like to see him losing to Goffin, losing to early matches. But if you give me a big final and you give me Carlos Alcaraz playing for a championship, I am going with him every single time. Put anyone in front of him, I am going with him every single time. Except Novak Djokovic. Except Novak Djokovic.
Djokovic.
But anyone outside Novak, I go with Carlos Alcaraz. And maybe even now I'm going to go Carlos with what's going on with Novak. But so this was so easy to me. He owns him. He owns Jannik Sinner. You just said he's now 4-0 against him. There's this guy is not a problem to him. His game matches up perfectly with him. He toys with him exactly how he wants. You talked about that set point. That was him toying with him. He knew exactly what he was doing. When he came in on that approach, that wasn't about to come in. But he knows 1, 2, 3, I know what I'm going to do. Sinner is a robot. Sinner, you can predict what he's going to do next. The only thing that's different is his sudden change of direction. That does nothing to Carlos Alcaraz. He can move side to side with him like it's nothing. So, to me, I expected this to happen. Carlos Alcaraz in big tournaments is the man. As you said, he is the king of clay. And God be with anyone who tries to play him in big matches, because this man shows up. And I do not know if there's anyone out there that is as clutch as him, because he is above everyone when it comes to coming up clutch. There's no one in his category.
He doesn't fear the moment at all.
No.
He loves it.
He loves it. In the tiebreak, remember in the tiebreak, they said he was serving 120 in his serves, and then he took it up to 130 in the tiebreak. So he rises up like that tiebreak at 6-all. If Sinner didn't take that set at 6-5, you knew Alcaraz is gonna rise up, and Sinner turns into the person. Like, he's not that alpha against, like Haroon said, where does he go against Sinner? Against Alcaraz? Alcaraz is the alpha dog when it comes to these matchups. And I need to see something else to believe something else. But as it stands, Carlos Alcaraz in big matches against Jannik Sinner, against anyone on tour, give me Carlos Alcaraz any given day.
Yeah, it's not even close, unfortunately, for Sinner. Also, because Sinner, he can overpower almost everyone except Alcaraz.
Yeah.
He's if he hits side to side, Alcaraz can, first of all, he's quick enough to get to any ball. And not only that, he's going to light it up also with power down the line. Yeah. And he has on clay.
The variation,
He has too much time on clay. And today he used the drop shot perfectly so many times. Sinner had no idea where the ball, where drop shots were going even. When do you see that many drop shots hurt Sinner? There was even one of the points, remember guys, it was it was a net cord or something, and then it was a short ball, and Alcaraz...
Four in the tiebreak.
Yeah, and Alcaraz...
4-2, no, we're at 5-3.
I don't remember exactly, but it was a short ball. Alcaraz, you could have said he's in a super vulnerable position, so composed, so clear, just forehand slice to the Sinner backhand, then he drew the error. He's so, the clarity of thought and the creativity in the moment, because he trusts himself and his skills so well. And it shows he was coming into the net. He was serving and volleying, and when he had to, he did the drop shot. Sinner, I thought in the second set, I might see more. I might see more coming into the net. The first game, I felt he's going to start, coming forward to the net. But he didn't do it enough. And I don't think he trusts his net game also enough, Sinner, maybe. And then when he went down double break, it was because he missed a volley, a super easy volley, and just hit in the net. Then he went down 4-love.
But Alcaraz took it to a completely different level in that second set. It wasn't.
He didn't miss.
He had no chance.
He didn't
I
miss.
don't think anyone has a chance when Alcaraz is playing like that.
No,
the second set was perfect.
It was flawless. It was flawless. He was hitting winners off both sides. The drop shot was clicking. Serve was beautiful.
Yeah. But Alcaraz made some history, guys, and we need to touch on those. A few things that by winning this tournament, he entered the history books. He's entering the history books every time he wins a tournament.
Oh, man.
But this one especially, he made some big moves.
He's awesome.
Now, he's won every single big title you can win on clay. So that means Roland Garros, Rome Masters, Madrid Masters, Monte Carlo. You know who else has done that?
I'm
Only
probably
three
guessing-
other guys.
I'm guessing.
Gustavo Kuerten, Novak Djokovic, Rafael Nadal.
Yeah.
This man is in rare air at such a young age. At 22, he's doing crazy things.
He's done the Thanos already for clay.
Yeah, 7 Masters titles. You know who has more than him among all active players?
Yeah, probably only Djokovic.
Only Djokovic, exactly.
Novak Djokovic.
I do not know where this is going, but which is also a really cool thing. Him and Sinner tied with their win-loss record in finals. They're both 19-6 right now. Same number of titles. This is balanced as it should be, which is awesome to see. But Carlos Alcaraz, anything else? Any other history he's made? He's made so much. Yeah, he snapped Sinner's win streak, huh? He snapped the sets, consecutive sets won in the first set, and then he snapped that win streak. And in the past 43 matches that Jannik Sinner has played, he has won 41 matches, but he has 2 losses.
Yeah.
Who are they 2?
Yeah, against one man probably.
One man, Carlos Alcaraz. So
He's so awesome. He's so awesome. I said at the beginning of the year, I called this the Carlos Alcaraz year. And then after Australia and after the couple tournaments, I was like, okay, maybe it's not. Yeah. And then so here we are in Rome, and it is the Carlos. It might look like the Carlos Alcaraz year in about a month.
It could. He has to defend lots of things coming forward.
I mean, RG and Wimbledon, and he's done.
Yeah.
If he does those, he's done it.
Yeah.
And more, because he's now won Monte Carlo and Rome. So he's that'll be a big thing.
Also, guys, Sinner didn't lose in 228 days, so he stayed 228 days without a loss.
Yeah, because there was no Carlos Alcaraz.
And
I don't know. Is this going to turn into a mental thing, a mental block? Sinner doesn't know how to get past Alcaraz. He clearly can't at the moment.
But
I think there is some validity to that, because I can't explain those 2 set points how he played them, in my opinion, and I know I'm nowhere near on the level to judge Jannik Sinner, but I honestly felt he played it a bit afraid. I really wish he would have went for it more on those set points. I think
he went for it with that backhand down the line. I think he went for it.
Yeah, but he went for it in the wrong moment. It was without conviction, exactly. So either you go for it with conviction or you don't. And I felt like he pulled back, and that's why I went super wide left. And the forehand return in the net, I thought that was nervy, to be honest. And I think those are nerves. I don't know. You were gonna say something, Haroon. Sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say. First of all, you're saying it's so awesome for Alcaraz, and Alcaraz he spreads joy. He makes you feel like it was a fun achievement. It was nice. You enjoy watching him win.
We all won it with him.
So it's nice. It's not other players don't have that same feeling when they win a tournament. Okay, fine, you won, but it doesn't feel like a nice celebration. So that's one point. Another point also about Sinner, playing Alcaraz. I feel, you know what's his greatest weakness? You know what is really his kryptonite? And it's something that has nothing to do with tennis. Can you guess what I think it is?
I can't. Go ahead.
Do you have any guesses?
I have no idea.
Not sure, brother.
Friendship. I think it's his friendship with Carlos Alcaraz is his kryptonite. I think he gets soft when he plays Alcaraz sometimes, because I feel like when he's always at this A- level, Sinner, and he never dips that much, and nobody's able to keep up with that level the whole match. That's why they just check out and they give up. They just throw down their weapons and it's gone. Okay, Sinner, you win. You talked about the dips, Yousef. So sometimes you say Alcaraz goes to C level maybe and then goes up to A. So because he goes down to C, he's creative. And when he plays Sinner, he has no guilt when he does these weird shots or whatever, going for a weird, drop shot on this shot, okay, on his back foot, let's go for a drop shot while he's 19 meters behind the baseline. It's okay, I have to go for these things against Sinner. So So when he goes down to a C, it's not that big of a problem, but he's able then to go up to A because he kind of practiced mid-match. Sinner doesn't like explore that much, and so he's surpassed by Alcaraz's level. And because I feel like he gets soft a bit. Sometimes I feel like they get too distracted with congratulating each other after they do a nice shot. Like you see that so much. Wow, Alcaraz hit an amazing shot. Sinner hit an amazing shot, and they're like, wow, bravo to each other. So they keep what's it called, commending each other for all these amazing shots. And I feel advantage Alcaraz because he's used to being so playful. Sinner's not used to being so playful all the time. He's like super focused, tunnel vision, but then Alcaraz makes him lose. So that's my theory. I don't know, maybe because he's just coming back. He doesn't have a lot of matches under his belt. 3 months, he's not getting a feel under the tour. Also, a final at Masters 1000 tournament is still amazing. So yeah, maybe that's something that I think we could explore. I could bring up again soon.
That's something well, that's your take.
I don't know.
I don't feel like I saw that.
I was listening.
I would not say. I think Jannik was as competitive, as fierce as he could be. It just came up to Alcaraz was.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean, I think maybe in the second set I saw like not the same body language. He felt a bit down.
To friendship.
Huh?
I don't think he's like, this is my friend.
I don't know.
No friendship, but
does
he's
he
like
lose the killer instinct.
He
does
loses
he lose the killer instinct?
Yes, he gets a bit soft.
Does he lose the killer instinct?
Yes.
In against Alcaraz, I wonder if that's happening.
Why?
Well, Haroon's saying because of friendship. I don't know.
But
it could also just because
they're not good friends. They just they really respect each other.
Yeah, I think the other component is that you forget that Alcaraz was the one winning slams and Sinner was chasing him.
Exactly.
And Alcaraz was the alpha and he was the world number one while Sinner was still chasing him.
But their
Alcaraz
careers
was
weren't
achieving
competitive.
while Sinner was still
comparative.
chasing him. Like Alcaraz, like Sinner looks up to Alcaraz, and I think he sees Alcaraz's talent and he looks up to him. So I think it's just out of reverence. Like I think he respects Alcaraz so much, and when he steps on court, I don't know if I don't want to say he's afraid, but I think he does get jitters. Like maybe he does doubt himself in some moments, and I think he doubts himself. Well, clearly he's in his head.
But it makes sense though. Like
he looks up to him.
He's much more accomplished.
Yeah, he's much more accomplished. Not close. He's much more accomplished.
Yeah, this is not like he's had Masters.
Won 2 Australian Opens and a US Open. Like the dude won 3 slams already.
Yeah, sure.
We're number one.
Alcaraz has done so much.
Alcaraz has 4.
Did all that before him.
And all the Masters that he had.
But he didn't have the win streak that he had.
Yeah,
but
Alcaraz doesn't even care about
that doesn't go against the fact that he saw Alcaraz at the mountaintop before he was. And Sinner wasn't even able to make it to a Grand Slam final. How many did Alcaraz?
And Alcaraz is younger.
Yeah, but Sinner beat him while he was there. Sinner would beat him and compete with him while Alcaraz was at that level. So Sinner has a lot of confidence from that time.
Well, but that makes no sense to your point then, because if he had so much confidence then, why does he have less now?
Yeah, because now it's not that he has less confidence now. He has confidence now, but then in some crucial points and some crucial moments, he doesn't go for it. Like I felt like when it was 6-5 and Alcaraz was trying to serve to stay in the set, I felt like Sinner could have went more for it. He had some unforced errors there that he shouldn't have had, and he could have been more aggressive. And he's usually way more aggressive in other matches, but he was like a bit soft. And like, why are these errors coming from Sinner?
Soft to me is not the word I would use for him.
Loses focus. I don't know. Maybe I'm not using the.
That's not.
But you see him tunnel vision. You see him super precise when he plays other players. But in some tight moments like that,
yeah. But those weren't against Carlos Alcaraz.
Yeah,
like you have to give the opponent credit.
Yeah, but
like instead of taking away from Sinner, give Alcaraz.
No, but in some points I take away from Sinner than give to Alcaraz, because like he's been handling it the whole match, and he forced 2 set points. So why is he flinching right now?
No, Alcaraz kept raising his level more and more and more.
I don't know if that was much raising. He raised it in the tiebreak, but that when he.
But you missed some time while you were making food.
That was in the second set. In the second.
Yeah, the second set, there was Alcaraz raised it to a completely different.
Fine, but I'm talking about he should have won that first set, and maybe.
I wonder, like, something else, just another point which I was thinking about coming into this match, like in Sinner's press conference yesterday and the day before, he was talking about like this was for him already a great result in the tournament.
sure.
And like he's happy to reach the final in Rome because he talked about having low expectations and finding his level. And he was saying he's happy with his level. Like I felt like almost.
When you play free?
Yeah, I don't know if he was coming to. That means that he's coming to play free, or that like he's already like throwing in the towel because he knows Alcaraz is too daunting of a task on clay in the final, so he doesn't want to put that pressure on himself to even try. Like, I don't know. I got some mixed signals from that press conference. I didn't take it that he would play free. I took it that he was almost throwing in the towel. Like, hey, I'm happy I reached this far. I don't think I need to beat Alcaraz tomorrow to prove to myself anything. I don't know.
Maybe.
But there's no way that he lays the towel because it's Rome and he wants to win in front of his home crowd. But for him, clearly he was communicating that his goal was just to find his level. And he was saying, I found my level, I'm happy. Even if I don't win, I'm happy.
Maybe.
So that wasn't what you were hearing from Alcaraz.
Yeah, I guess. Well, speaking of Alcaraz again, can we nominate this run for the Gladiator Run Award?
It has to be.
It's a great run.
Let's just
It's
go
a great
through
run.
it. Going through Lajovic round 1, Jer round 2.
Two guys
This
that beat him before.
Now it gets tough. Karen Khachanov, who he owns, but Karen Khachanov played an amazing match, credit to him.
Professional.
Then Jackie Drapes, Haroon, your boy, also a guy that has impressed us a lot.
Big three candidates.
Lorenzo Musetti, my favorite player, and then Jannik Sinner. Gladiator Award nominee?
100%. 100%. Those are probably, you could make an argument, those are the three best informed players on clay. He beat them in a row.
Yeah. I think that's, you can't even argue against it.
Yeah. Like Alcaraz just has so much variety. He has so much talent and he has so much guts and courage. And I think we don't give him enough credit tactically for the variation. Like you think you can, it's easy to say, yeah, he's creative. But like to use the drop shot in the moments he used it and to go in at the net in the times when he does it and to light up the forehand when he does it, like it's brilliant. It's brilliant. Funny enough, I was watching Jannik Sinner's practice that was on YouTube yesterday before the final, and he was practicing forehand drop shots. I don't think I saw one.
Well, if you're not feeling confident, you're not going to use those.
Zero drop shots. Like do a drop shot, come to the net. You have to do something because like Alcaraz was timing everything perfectly today. Yeah. Perfectly.
Yeah, well, Agassi said so. He said if there's anything I would want Jannik Sinner to do more, he's saying move the players more north and south. So
his net game isn't good enough, Sinner, and he needs to work on
He has improved though. He has improved. His net game improved. His drop shot improved, and he has been using it a bit more. But maybe he needs to use it even more with Alcaraz.
It's easy to use it when you're up 5-love against Casper.
Hey!
We have to talk about that. That was insane. That level against Casper, wasn't it?
I was watching it at home, and I'm sitting on my couch, and I'm just saying, "Wow, oh my God, what was that? What's going on?" Like eventually, Casper's gonna find his way back, right? And Sinner's gonna dip. Rude's gonna find his way to move back up and find his level again. Oh no, this is a match. This from start to end. This is what it's gonna look like.
I rewatched those highlights of that match to try to understand did Rude play bad? Was it a bad match?
I didn't think so
overstate
at all.
how well Sinner. I thought Rude played really well.
I wouldn't say not really.
He played well.
He had no answers.
There were no unforced errors coming off his racket. It was just Sinner was seeing everything and it was lights out. Yeah. Night. He was lighting up the ball.
Which is why probably Casper wasn't sad because it's just.
No, he wasn't.
It's probably maybe Jannik Sinner after a 20-year career says that was the best match I ever played.
It might be. I at some point I was wondering, is this the best clay court tennis we've ever seen? Is this the best?
Whoa!
Is that the best level?
No.
Is that the most dominant?
I will not allow this.
No,
I will not allow this. I will not allow this. As a Rafael Nadal fan, I will never allow this to be said.
It's hard to say that,
you
but
can't even utter those words.
Those two sets, he didn't miss a ball.
I can't. No, please.
He didn't miss a ball.
Please put some respect on Rafael Nadal's name.
I mean, Rafa,
it's phenomenal.
Rafa
it's phenomenal. It was phenomenal. Yes, it's up there.
It has to be
it's up there.
Never in Rafa category.
It's not in a Rafa category.
Of dominance.
No, come on.
Go back to Monte Carlo against Fernando Verdasco.
Love one. What do you need?
Go back a few
love
years.
Casper Ruud is a better player than Verdasco.
Yeah, love one.
Nadal was in his peak. Djokovic was in his peak. Nadal absolutely annihilated Novak.
Yes. Yes.
And that was.
And I'm saying this performance.
I'd take that over.
It's
whatever
up
this
there.
is.
It's up
This
there.
has to be a top 5.
We're not saying the best.
performance
It's
on
up there.
clay.
It's
In
up
his
there.
career. Oh, up there. Up there. Up there. I'd take probably like 10 matches before I take.
Oh,
that.
no. I wouldn't take
No,
10
no,
matches. No. That's disrespectful to what
Do
his
you
level.
guys agree with this? I need someone to come on. Like, does anyone agree with this?
Love won 0 errors. He was lighting up the ball. 0 errors for an hour. Just absolutely crushing
That was
the ball.
a clinic. It was phenomenal.
What,
by the way.
I don't want to I don't want to say it's not impressive. I was absolutely mind blown. But well, let's agree to disagree. Then.
I have a cool dude moment for you guys about this match. Quite funny one, but
Yeah, well-
we'll get to it when we make it. But that was
Well, can't wait. Can't wait to get to that. In the meantime, guys, though, there was also lots of other action going on. We have other big winners, notable winners outside these big dogs.
7 Australian Opens, 15 slams. Not too bad. Not too bad.
Let me go to you, Haroon. Who's your biggest winner of the
yeah.
week?
I have to say this is a guy I don't really like. I don't care for much, but he deserves a lot of credit, and he's really a pro. This is Tommy Paul. He's really underrated. He's a really talented guy, and he's not flashy at all. He ducks his head down, but he's super underrated mentally, in my opinion. Like he beat Hurkacz. That was a roller coaster of a match. Hurkacz was like, he was in control. Tommy Paul won. Tommy Paul, what did he won the first set or lost or I think Hurkacz won the first set.
You won the first set.
Tommy Paul won the first set.
Against Hurkacz. Okay, yeah, it's something about you.
I can't remember exactly. But that was a roller coaster match where I was like, wow, what's in the world? Hurkacz all of a sudden was, he was all of a sudden looked like he's throwing in the towel, as you say, Ismaeel, and then Tommy Paul had it under control, and then Hurkacz started to just let it rip, and he's coming up with these insane shots, and he put himself back into the match. He now pushed it to a final set. He's playing unbelievable, and it looks like, wow, Hurkacz is gonna win this one. And then he pulled out a rabbit out of his hat, and Tommy Paul just stole that match away, which he shouldn't have won at all, but he just maintained the level of that amazing composure. And he also beat Demon, and then he also beat as well Hubi Hurkacz, who we wanted to expect a bit more, but he's been having some resurgence as of late, so which was a good win as well. So he's my biggest winner, but also because because he beat Sinner. Well, he took a set off Sinner, which is something that I think he should put in his CV, because we're going to be counting how many people are going to take sets off Sinner now, because that's an achievement in and of itself. Looks like it's super hard.
Alcaraz took 2.
Yeah, that's a different thing. That's a different different achievement altogether. But you have a guy that's probably never going to beat Sinner ever, and he took a set off him 6-1. And actually, he could have beat Sinner 6-love as well. I wanted to know what that feeling was like, that he could have took Sinner 6-love in the first set in front of his home crowd. But yeah, he deserves a lot of credit, underrated. He's so much variety in his shots, and he's a smart player. So yeah, he's my biggest winner of this week.
Nice. All right. Yousef, who's yours?
This week was a big week for me as a tennis fan. You want to know why? Because I think I finally reached the conclusion to who my favorite player is on tour. It was Rafa. It was Verdasco. Those guys are gone. It was Thiem also. My new guy, and I am fully convinced he is my guy when I'm watching him. I cannot bear when he loses. It's Lorenzo Musetti. He is my biggest winner again. And I'm going to keep singing his praises every week because he is a man that I love to watch play tennis. And you guys also love to watch play tennis. You can't tell me you don't. Lorenzo Musetti, again, making it back to the semifinals, done something that no one has done from his generation. No one born in the 2000s, not Sinner, not Alcaraz, has made to the semifinals of every Clay Masters event in the same season. You know who has? The one and only Lorenzo Musetti. So this man is a guy that I will continue to say is going to make so many people love tennis. His game is so beautiful to watch. The variation, the use of the slice, the forehands, the backhands, the ability to come up with winners, the one-handed backhand that is so smooth. And to me, one of my favorite shots, his passing shots are so beautiful to watch. I need to, if they allow me to get footage of this thing and they don't copyright me, I will make a compilation of Lorenzo Musetti's passing shots because they are a beauty to watch. I absolutely love to watch him play. And this week, I reached the conclusion this man is not only the biggest winner of the week for me, he has officially become my favorite player on tour.
Well, congrats on finding your favorite player.
Really?
That's a special moment.
Yeah.
That's a special moment.
I found mine in the next gen finals last year, so I've already reached that.
True. But
Is it true?
Why I like Musetti because he's never going to be a favorite to win a slam, right? But he'll be he'll be in the contention. He'll be in not like a favorite. Like I'm saying, like the top 2-3 guys. But he's in contention, right? He's in the top 8, top 5, top 6. But he's never. But if he wins it, you guys would all be like, "Whoa!" Which is what I would love to see. Same thing like Dominic Thiem.
You're treating Musetti like an underdog, and he's not an underdog.
Yeah.
And like your favorite guy, who's your favorite guy? You took Roger, and then you took Novak, and now you're taking Wow Fonseca.
Tsitsipas is that guy. Tsitsipas.
And Tsitsipas.
Yeah, but he never talks about the Tsitsipas one, so no one needs.
No, everyone knows he's one of my favorite players.
No.
He just needs to get Goran on his team, and it's gonna be great.
2 slams, you said. You said 2 slams.
Yeah, it's still open.
Technically, it's still open. Yeah, he's not wrong. It's still open.
Go ahead, give us yours, Mike.
Mine, well, I need to really eat my words because I said this player was going to be breaking back into the top 10, and I've been waiting for signs of hope from
Both
above.
of us need to eat our words.
And it's Hubi Hurkacz because he's been in the dark, man, and I've been like rooting for him in secret. And
Challengers. He went down to challengers.
like
He
Hubi
ended his
Hurkacz,
career and just dipped.
yeah, like that's like he hurt my favorite player in the world ever, and then he did that like. Really, Hubi upset me, and then I came to root for him, and he upset me more.
You love that team. You're like, oh, Lendl, Masu. It's going to be
I was so hyped. I was like, they're going to get the killer instinct together. Well, at least they made the quarterfinal run here, guys, in Rome,
He just backed up his points from last season.
which is good because he can't afford to lose anymore. And also, like, Hubi, he's not known to be good on clay, let's be honest. Yeah. So, like, if he can collect some points on clay here, it's good. Yeah. Also, like, he beat Menchik, who I hold in a very high regard. We all think Menchik is awesome. So, like, beating Menchik is a nice win.
Much needed.
And so that's good. I'll take it. He did lose to Tommy Paul, and all right.
Same guy who beat him last year.
Yeah, so it's at least he's showing signs that he's here. Yeah. Because at some point I was wondering where is he?
he was on the Challenger Tour.
Yeah, he was gone. Huh? He was in the darks. He was in the shadows.
That's tough.
So Hubi, welcome back, brother. Like, and come on, man. Like Hubi can't wait for the grass.
I said it before. I say it again. He is probably one of the most talented players. He has the potential to really become an amazing, one of the best players of all time. But I have no idea.
This is the perfect segue to my honorable mention. Will you allow me once, Mike?
Go ahead. Yep.
Go ahead.
My honorable mention is the pound for pound most talented player we have on the tennis tour. And that is Corentin Moutet.
Everyone, we love Moutet.
Moutet.
We love Moutet here on the pod.
Moutet. He is my honorable mention this week. Guess what? He took down Hugo Humbert, who is the number 2 Frenchman right now. Took him down in straights. And then backed that up with a win over Holgaroon, who was just coming off a Barcelona win. And then took the hottest player on tour, Jack Draper, to a final set. So Corentin Moutet, honorable mention, my friend. You are one of the biggest winners of the week. And I do not know if you guys agree, pound for pound, most talented player on tour. Like the UFC, when they do the pound for pound thing, is he pound for pound the most talented player?
He has to be. Andy Murray called him that before.
There we go. Haroon, you say that too. You agree.
He gets all the credit.
Agree. Come on. Give it to me.
What?
I mean, he
most talented player on tour, pound for pound.
Alcaraz.
But like I saw Moutet play
I said
Murray.
pound for pound. Though.
I saw Moutet play Murray with a one-handed backhand because his left hand was injured.
Remember?
And he was winning. And he was taking Murray had to work like. I never saw such a thing in my life. That might be one of those impressive tennis accomplishments I have ever seen.
Probably one of the most impressive losses.
Amazing. He's awesome.
Murray fits that match.
It was amazing. Haroon, I know you have one honor, but we're going to pass it to
There's
you.
one thing I want to mention that's happening under the radar here, but I want to bring it to light. Maybe this continues, maybe not, which is Munar. I talked about Munar. Munar was my biggest winner of the week, but one of the episodes before. And he's kind of like a small biggest winner right now because this year He has an undefeated record against Americans. He beat Ben Shelton twice. One in and one of them was in Dallas in front of the home American crowd. And he
On
beat
hard courts.
what?
On hard.
Yeah, on hard. And then he beat Tiafoe in Barcelona. And then he beat Shelton and he beat Korda, and which is also impressive. Yeah, Shelton is not a clay courter. I don't know if Korda is either, but he beat Alcaraz in Monte Carlo before, so that's still something. But yeah, Munar has a 4-0 undefeated record against Americans this year. Let's see if this is going to continue.
One of the first RNA graduates.
Yeah.
Making moves.
He's a cool guy. I root for him, by the way. When I watch him, he seems like a nice guy, and he's a hard worker, improving every year. Like, I like to see those players.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, guys, it's also important that we had one of the most miraculous fun runs also happen on the women's side.
Yes, sir.
Yousef, take it away with our winner.
Jasmine Paolini. You know, the entire week I'm watching her play, and I'm like, I think she's going to win this. And last week when we did the Hurkacz, I was thinking in my head, Pegula Paolini. And then for some reason, Pegula came out of my mouth, and I can't take credit. But I'm like, why didn't I pick her? It was the right pick. It was the right pick, and she made it happen. You know, this was one of those tournaments where you're super happy she won it. She's so lovable as a character, and there's the absolute, I don't even know, what is this called, her emergence on tour since last year. Last year, she lost early on in the Italian Open and then went on to have one of the most iconic runs since two Grand Slam finals, and then winning a WTA 1000 title, taking home another one again.
An Olympic run.
What?
And the Olympics.
Olympic run. Like, so many things. Like, Jasmine Paolini is such an inspiration because she's not young, is she?
No.
She's 28 years old now.
29 now.
29, and she's doing things that you wouldn't expect from someone at that age, especially since she wasn't doing so much. And the fact that she won this tournament in front of her home crowd, I don't think there's a better story. She said she would come to watch this tournament when she was a kid, and to be able to end this by not, like, for example, winning it against someone that's not one of the top players. She took down Coco Gauff in the final. Coco Gauff is coming off a Madrid final up again and lost to Sabalenka. So this is a woman who has completely earned and deserved everything that she has gotten this past year. And she's extremely inspirational for me. And I think for any player on tour, even if you're in the Challengers Tour, if you're so low down the totem pole, you're like, if Jasmine Paolini did it, maybe I can too.
It was so cool. Yeah. It was so cool. Haroon, I don't know if you have anything to add there.
Yeah, nothing. Like, I honestly... I have no idea how she's winning. Like, the credit to her, like, it is a mystery. Like, in all honesty, I have no idea. There's nothing really like, yeah, she has a great forehand. She has a great backhand. She's creative on court. Great big serve. Powerful ground strokes. I have no idea. I don't know. She just wins. She's a fighter. She wins.
Diane Schneider, what was the score? Down a set and love 4 down.
Yeah, double breakdown. Unbelievable.
She doesn't give up, and maybe that's why she's successful, because she's more mature and she's able to fight, and she knows that, okay, I'm in here for the long haul, and she wants to win. And she has this just grit that she doesn't have. You feel like she doesn't have ego. Also, I don't feel like she has a big ego, and she's enjoying every moment. She's enjoying every moment, win, lose, whatever, but she's like going for everything. If she wants to go for it, she goes for it. And it's nice to see, it's nice to root for her, and everybody likes it. And she's the first Italian to win it in 40 years, so that's very impressive as well. And
won the doubles too, huh?
Yeah.
Guys, she won the doubles too. She's incredible.
That was incredible.
No, speaking to Haroon's thing of her being like just a lovable character, and she went after she beat Ostapenko. I think she went to go for the hug, and then Ostapenko gave her the handshake. It's like, oh, okay, that's she wants to give love. She's like she's Ons Jabeur too.
Yeah, she's a lot like Ons Jabeur. Like I am such a big fan of Jasmine Paolini. Like, she is so joyful and happy on court. Haroon, I love the question you asked. Like, how's she winning? Yeah. I tell you how she wins. She wins because she's a super smart, crafty, gritty player.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's it. And she's super talented. She doesn't get enough credit for that. She is very solid from the baseline. She's very crafty from the baseline. She's extremely solid defensively. She has a very nice slice backhand that she uses well. She has a nice slice forehand she uses well. She comes to the net. She has drop shots. She has all the game. She's so smart. She knows that she's not the bigger player. She knows that she doesn't have the firepower, for example, of Coco Gauff. But she'll hit winners when she has the chance. Yeah. And she'll draw the errors when she drew 33 errors off Coco Gauff's forehand. 33. Yeah. Imagine that's an insane number. That's an insane number to get at some point she's drawing those errors, and it's because she's a smart player. And
she's not lacking any confidence whatsoever.
No, she doesn't lack confidence. She's a tough player, and she did not fear the moment. She lined up when she was serving for it. Gauff was trying to stay in the mat. No, she lined up and played gutsy, solid tennis. I couldn't. I was so happy when I saw her win.
One of the interesting things is that she decided to change coaches. She had her longtime coach ever since she was a kid, and she decided to change the coach, and look what happened. So I guess sometimes it's a good move, sometimes not so much. But for her, it worked perfectly.
I'm so impressed with her rides. She's so inspirational. I'm so happy for her. I have nothing else to say.
Yeah, well. Speaking of happiness, I want to segue into dudes. Cool dude moment of the week. There's some cool moments, especially after that women's final.
Oh my God, so much energy in this return. I love it for my story, Roach. Oh my God.
Ismaeel, do you have anything you'd like to share with us?
Well, I think it's perfect timing because we just talked about Jasmine Paolini. But guys, I'm not even going to hide it. I'm not even going to pretend. Jasmine Paolini had me crying. I was in tears. After she won Rome, after she won the title, and I'm watching her mom and her family's crying, and the crowd is just serenading her. They're all singing. They're all singing. I don't know what songs in the background. They're all singing. And they're singing some song, and Jasmine's singing, and at some point she puts her racket, and then she goes to the middle of the court, and she's dancing with them and singing with them a song, and she's going all around in circles. It was so emotional. I was so happy. For me, that has to be one of the most beautiful feelings that in the world, and I will never get to experience anything close like that. When you win the biggest tournament you can win in front of your home crowd, in front of your family and your mom, your parents, wow. Wow, I was so happy for her. I was so happy. This is pure ecstasy, pure sport, pure joy. What you live for. Congratulations, Jasmine. It was perfection.
I had a big smile on my face when I was watching that. I'm it's so pure. The joy, it was so pure. And you're I don't know, Jasmine. I don't know anything about it, but why am I so happy? Why am I so happy watching
I was so happy.
It was, you can see, sometimes you can look at a person and see, that's probably just a really good person. She deserves this moment. And I agree with you there. That really was, that was something that stuck with me. I'm that was an awesome celebration.
Amazing.
Yeah, it was awesome. That was a good one, Ismaeel. What about you, Yousef? Was anything nice as well that you want to mention?
Well, along the same lines of the Paolini, but tennis players usually they have good support of the parent. They have the support for the parents. And one thing we love is that even though they're battling out on the court, but parents at the end of the day, we saw it with Roger's parents and Rafa's parents. Throughout all their entire career, they were very respectful, very kind. They were remember there was a time in Wimbledon when they were sitting, the box was their row below, and they're the row above. So it was nice to see that Paolini's mom and Gauff's mom, after the match, they're enjoying some time together, both filled with smiles, because at the end of the day, both of their girls have won. Playing a final in a WTA 1000 event, you have won. You're living the dream, and they know it. Even though that she one lost, one won, they all win. They're enjoying it together. I love that moment. That was
And credit to Coco, who lost, is the one that was sharing that picture. So the sportsmanship from Coco.
Exactly.
I'm a huge fan of Coco as well.
That was lovely. Some nice wholesome moments, guys. Thank you for sharing those. I hope everybody also enjoys them as well. So I want to share with you guys also some nice along the same lines of excitement and enjoyment. These are the guys, the French dudes that made it to the final after the semifinal win. So Sadio Doumbia and Fabien Rebol. After the semifinal win, they were so hyped. They just took off their shirts and threw it at each other. Sadio was taking off his wristband, and throwing at Fabian. Like it was super funny, and that was really nice as well. Like I was like, wow, that was cool. That was cool. And they're just shirtless, going to give the handshake across the net against the other team. They're like a bunch of shirtless dudes walking on court. that was funny. But yeah, they were
euphoria,
just
ecstasy.
probably they decided they're gonna do that if they win. But it's nice. I like it, even if it's staged. It's funny and it's nice, and I like to add some fun stuff into the tour. That was a cool one. Yeah, but however, though, a not so enjoyable, nice, fun winning spirit, which is after Casper Ruud got destroyed.
Wiped out.
Destroyed.
Boy got wiped.
And that's using some
It was the
euphemisms.
worst
That's his. I'm being kind. I'm being kind. That was some annihilation happening there against Jannik Sinner in that quarterfinal where he lost 6-love, 6-1. And it was maybe some celebration, some excitement when he won a game. The whole crowd was enjoying it with him. But the funny thing, the cool dude moment is, after the match, he's then, posting a nice pic. Hey guys, see you next year in Rome. It was a lovely tournament. Too good, Jannik. And then Taylor Fritz commented on his post. He's like, you almost had him. Which is a nice, funny, sarcastic comment, because he did not have him at any point in time. I don't think anybody thought that he was coming back from this match, and I don't think Casper thought, Jannik thought, anybody in the crowd thought. But that was a funny thing. That was hilarious.
Cool. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. I mean, it's nice to see that they're like poking fun at each other. I guess they're good friends. I like the idea. Maybe he was talking about, maybe it's like you almost had him, like you almost held serve once in the first set. Maybe he was talking about that.
God knows, man. God knows. That was funny.
Okay, guys. This is a man that we always need to talk about whenever we have a podcast, and we do have updates. Novak Djokovic and Andy Murray have agreed to part ways after 5 months or 6 months of working together. Ismaeel, I want to know your thoughts on this.
Yeah, I guess to be honest, it caught me off guard. And at the same time, I also expected it. Like it was mixed. Like, because I thought the goal was to get to Wimbledon. Yeah. Like, I perceive that his best chance at Grand Slam is Wimbledon. That's where he was most recently in a final, and he probably wants Murray to get over the hump against Alcaraz. And so, who better to strategize for Alcaraz with him than Murray?
Who did it?
And also, maybe you want the English crowd with you, so you have Murray in your corner, and everyone's gonna root with you.
That's
so,
true.
I thought that was the kind of the plan.
Yeah.
And then they break up before even Roland Garros. It caught me off guard. But at the same time, clearly he's not playing well. But also, I don't blame any of that on Murray.
No, of course not.
I think
they did make a final together.
Yeah, they made a final together. It's clearly a motivational kind of issue. Also, he got the hammy injury, which means 4 weeks got killed at least because of the recovery. And he always struggles on clay. They didn't approach the clay season properly. This was always foreseen he was going to struggle coming in on clay, especially with very little match prep coming in. So, yeah, didn't see it coming this way. I thought they were going to go to Wimbledon. And who's in his corner now? I guess, he's going to need some coaching. Is he going to go raw?
I don't know. Haroon, what did you think of this?
First of all, it caught me off guard, but I think something happened. I don't want to be, smelling too much drama, but I feel like something happened because it doesn't make sense. Why in the world would you just cut it short for no apparent reason? Not even after a tournament or something, just mid training or something like that. Let's end it. Why? Just a month or two. And after Wimbledon, at least, maybe get some standing ovations from the crowd and have the crowd with you, with Murray. It's a nice vibe. Why not? It's very, very strange to me. I don't know why. I don't know if they didn't mesh well anymore or they're not enjoying their time together. The message also by Djokovic on Instagram after him announcing it didn't feel so...
Yeah, you're right. It felt a bit cold.
Yeah, I feel like they had an argument or something. I don't know. Djokovic is a very, I don't know what to say, but like I feel like he's not gonna want to end the partnership unless something happened. Like he's not an unreasonable person. He's not just gonna be like feel like he was enjoying it. I don't know. Maybe Murray didn't enjoy it. I have no idea, but God knows. But I would have wanted them to stay a bit longer. I don't like the move. I feel like it would have been nice to have him. Although, in all honesty, Djokovic does not need anybody. He can go raw right now and win a slam. Easy. Raw, shoes and a racket, and let's go. Pick it up and let's go pick up tennis and just beat anybody he wants. Really, I believe in Djokovic so much that way. But it would have been nice to have, some external factors like that with him and, extra set of hands, extra set of eyes and ears. But
it was going to be a great story if they won a slam together. It would have been awesome.
Yeah, but it feels off. Something's off for sure.
Can I chime in here?
Go ahead.
I do not think that something feels off. To me, this makes lots of sense, actually. And as much as we loved the story, I honestly felt that it wasn't that smooth. Because Djokovic always talked about, he kept saying it so many times, it feels weird to have Andy there. It's like he wants it to happen, and they both want it to happen, but it's not like that smooth of a relationship as player-coach, because they were rivals for so long. How can you all of a sudden alter that relationship between the two? And I think they probably had amazing discussions around tennis and around how to approach everything. I guess they were sharing all their secrets since he's retired. But the player-coach dynamic, Novak likes to let off some steam during matches. And if Andy's the one sitting in the corner, he can't do that to him. There was always someone next to Andy that he would direct the yelling at. But I felt like they were trying to find a way around it and make it work. So,
but Andy's a hot-headed guy also. Andy.
Yeah, but off the court, he isn't. But the fluidity of the entire thing, to me, it felt like, it doesn't feel so smooth. And they can still have conversations before tournaments, but to be his coach head on, I just felt like that's not the relationship that they have, even though they tried to make it work and they tried to do it in so many different ways. I don't think Andy's the type of person that Novak wants during matches in the box. That's not the type of character, Goran could take that heat, and he would give Goran that heat, even though Goran is a legend in his own right, but not like Andy Murray and not a peer. It's not a peer. So this is a peer, probably his closest peer. They were with each other ever since they were kids, and to now. So I feel like for them to have this relationship, what they had, move it to player coach, it wasn't smooth. I think it was a bit tense. For Novak, it wasn't like something so natural to have him in there in that corner. Maybe I need to hold back. I can't yell at him. I can't say certain things. I can't do certain things. So maybe this is a load off his back because I'm feeling, okay, Andy's in my corner. I have to treat him a certain way. I respect him so much. I have lots of love for him. Then I can't be truly myself, and I can't release the way I need to release in times of need during matches. So that's why for me, I feel like this ended. Not because of anything else. I just think they respect each other. They have lots of love for each other. But as a player-coach relationship, as an advisor, probably it could work and it might continue. But player-coach with me in the box day in and day out, I felt it wasn't so smooth.
Okay. Fine.
But what your point is saying though is that Novak let him go.
I think it was mutual. I think
I don't think it's very hard.
Also, maybe Novak probably no. I would say probably Novak let him go, but I think they can both feel it. These guys have more experience than anyone you could think of, and combined, imagine. So, they're two, to me, also two of the wisest people and thoughtful guys we ever had on tour. So I think it was well thought out. It was probably a very good conversation to how it went down, and I do think it was probably mutual, and he laid his concerns and he laid his concerns, and maybe Andy wants to go at him too, but he can't because Novak, I respect him so much. Sometimes I want to yell at you and I want to tell you certain things, but I have so much respect and love for you as a person and as a competitor. I maybe feel like I can't do that to you.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's probably a fair way, and I think it is reasonable to think that they probably had a good conversation, and because of that feeling, it could be actually mutual. Becker did comment before, I remember on one of the matches he was commentating that, the players, they lead on these decisions, and that's how he's talking about his relationship with Novak. And So, I think it probably makes sense that Novak probably had to reach that conclusion, but doesn't mean that wasn't a mutual understanding.
Yeah, well, I think what we're going to see is a free Novak now. We're going to see Novak in his, I don't know, best form tennis-wise, but at least free of that burden, because it is a burden. Now, you need to respect this legend.
Maybe. I don't know how much that was weighing on him. I mean, maybe that's one reason.
Like the vibes I would get, I felt like I need to do this, need to win this for Andy. I go to him after the match, it wasn't like normal things.
Maybe. I mean, also Andy's a less emotional person, for example, but they did game plan one heck of a strategy against Alcaraz in Australia, though.
But maybe he already has the blueprint. Okay, Andy, you're gonna leave, right? But how about you give me the playbook for these guys on before you go?
Maybe they must have talked about it. But like the way he locked up Alcaraz in Australia was unbelievable.
On one leg.
Unbelievable.
On one leg.
It was unbelievable.
Yeah, it was crazy. But yeah, like, you want to know what you guys think also about the split up. Do you agree with me that it makes sense, or were you guys also shocked?
Yeah, you guys need to let us know. But I want to ask you guys, I know, a little bit more of a spicy question now.
But what about Geneva, though? What's he going to do in Geneva? Okay. Is he going to take that title home? Do you have high expectations for him in Geneva?
He's going to do exactly what I told you guys he was going to do. He took that wild card. He's going to play 2 matches. He's going to gain momentum, and then he's going to say, adios, I'm going to Paris. He did the same exact thing last year. Won 2 matches, played that semifinal match against Mahach, lost the first set, won the second set 6-1 or 6-love. I can't remember exactly. And then he absolutely didn't do anything in the final set. Then he went to Paris, and we know what he did in Paris.
Yeah, well,
I think that was the plan all along. And
I hope he finds his momentum. That's all I ask for.
Let's see.
He just needs 1-2 matches, and that's it. And then he's good to go. This is Novak Djokovic we're talking about. The greatest player of all time.
The GOAT.
The GOAT. That's why he's MVP. That's why he's the GOAT. The GOAT. Okay, segueing into a really spicy question I want to ask you guys. At their peak, the best of the best, who is better, Alcaraz or Sinner? Ismaeel, who do you take?
What an awesome question. Just to think about that question just makes me like really love it. And it's a very, very tough question to answer, because are we talking about clay? Are we talking about hard? Are we talking about grass? Because there are 3 different versions of these players depending on the surface that we're talking about. So it depends. It depends. We're in the clay season. And I think after this match especially, there is without a shadow of a doubt that I can say that at his best, Alcaraz, there's nothing higher than Alcaraz on clay. There isn't. Like, we just saw that today. Alcaraz, when I don't think he played his best. He was at his semi-best, and it was lights out in that second set against Sinner. So it's very hard to make an argument against that. You want more evidence for that? What about Lorenzo Musetti after he lost to Alcaraz? He said, on clay, when Alcaraz is at his best, there's nothing better than that. And so that's a peer who's competing with him, and probably one of the fellow favorites for RG said that about him. So on clay, it's not even close. At the moment, it's not close, and Sinner admits that, and that's why he went into that match, I think, with a bit of a defeatist mentality, knowing that really he's about to get chopped up. I don't think on clay it's close. The debate is then going to be more about grass and about hard. About grass, I can point to 2 Wimbledons for Alcaraz, but Sinner has beaten him on grass before.
Stop it.
So there's an argument to have there. There's an argument to have there. But I agree. I don't think you can argue against Alcaraz on grass either. So then we're left with hard. And on hard, well, I'm taking Sinner on hard actually, because I think Sinner's level on hard is the best. It is the best. His best on hard is the best, even though Alcaraz also beats him on hard. But at his best on hard, there's nothing better than Sinner on hard. I think. I don't know what you guys think.
I'd like to go on a soliloquy like you did there, but to me, I don't have to, because the numbers say everything. Carlos Alcaraz, at his peak, is the best player we have ever seen. Thank you.
That's a wild. You're going on a wild.
At his peak.
That's going on a big one there.
He's the best player we've ever seen.
That's disrespecting Roger, Rafa, Djokovic.
At his peak.
Yeah, and at their peaks, they're also something.
That was probably too much. Probably at his peak, he is 100% a better player than Jannik Sinner. That was the question.
That's some loaded statements.
6 losses last year have a lot to say about that as well.
6 losses?
Yeah, Jannik only lost 6 times last year.
What does that have to do with how many times did he beat Carlos Alcaraz?
Yeah, 0, but his level is...
How many times Carlos Alcaraz?
well, actually, he beat him in Riyadh when they played that 6 King Slam.
6 King Slam.
He took home 6 milli, didn't he?
You think Alcaraz approaches an exhibition the same way he approaches a slam?
Well, I don't know. When there's 6 million on the line, I would approach it the same way I would approach.
He compensated his 6
Carlos Alcaraz
losses.
still lives in his room when he was a kid. This man does not approach it from a money perspective at all. It's a money thing, but at the same time, he cares about titles. He cares about being a legend, and he cares about being happy. And like Carlos Alcaraz, no. I love Jannik Sinner, but at their peak, it's Alcaraz.
You're
Jannik
also
Sinner,
suffering
the best thing about Jannik Sinner is he knows how to maintain an extremely high level for a very long time. Alcaraz cannot make that, which is why I think Jannik Sinner
You
will
say
remain.
that like it's not a talent or a skill.
What's not? No. What does that have to do with anything?
Like it is part of
It is
being...
absolutely insane for him to stay at the 9.5 level, like regardless. But Carlos Alcaraz,
That's talent.
But he can go from 9.5 to maybe 9.6, 9.7. Carlos Alcaraz can take it to a 10, and when he takes it to his 10 is better than anyone else's 10 on tour.
Alcaraz is amazing. It's hard to argue against Alcaraz. The
Haroon,
variety.
what do you think?
I agree. I agree mostly with Yousef, but the thing is, there is some nuance to it there because we're pointing to he has more of the consistency, and for example, a level like what he played against Tommy Paul and Casper Ruud, that's insane. That's insane level. Like we need to keep on talking about this because that is a super.
But that wasn't the question though, Haroon, was it?
But
The question at their peak.
And that was Sinner at his peak.
But that
he just never got it never happened against Alcaraz, but that's Sinner at his peak.
Alcaraz never reached his peak against Sinner too, but he always
No,
won.
I think Alcaraz has
Where-
reached.
Roland Garros last year, the semifinal, that was neither of their peaks, and Alcaraz came out with it.
Yeah. Okay.
In Beijing,
But
I think both were playing amazing in Beijing. Alcaraz came out with that.
I don't know if
played
Sinner.
against-
I don't know if that was Sinner's amazing.
The problem is
I don't think.
the problem is that we're talking
I
about
think it
who's
was
better
amazing
at their
fight.
peak. Sinner has an insane peak, by the way. You're saying Sinner 9.5. Sinner showed us tens.
Yeah.
I'm saying Sinner's 10 is not equivalent to Alcaraz's 10.
I don't know if I can say that.
He didn't show
I
up
can.
against Alcaraz with that 10. He didn't show that 10 against Alcaraz
He didn't
yet.
show that 10 again. That's absolutely true. I agree with that. He didn't show up with the 10. He didn't come out with the ace against
Neither
Alcaraz.
did Alcaraz. Alcaraz wasn't a 10 either, but he
You know,
finds a way to beat him
no.
when they're at
Alcaraz
nines.
comes
Yeah,
with
but
a 10.
that's
No, these are not Alcaraz 10s.
Or 9.5.
This is not the best Alcaraz that we're seeing.
the second set. That second set today, that was close to a 10 for me.
Well, that was a 6.
Alcaraz is closer to his peak when
But-
he plays Sinner than Sinner is close to his peak.
Yeah, that's true. That's why he's able to beat him.
And so you're
Yeah.
taking away from Alcaraz for that?
No, but we're talking about in abstract, in an
Exactly.
abstract world.
Exactly.
Sinner's peak
Yeah.
is still insane. You're disrespecting Sinner's peak.
Yeah.
Then, so whose peak are you taking then? If you could take those talents and put them in your body right now, you become either Carlos Alcaraz or Jannik Sinner.
I take Sinner on hard. I just said.
Oh my God.
I take Alcaraz on grass and on clay.
Again, you want that's not the question though, is it?
No, it is.
You decided to divide it by.
That's the way to answer it. I provided you the correct answer.
Yeah, that's the thing. We're
You
asking,
provided the diplomatic answer.
No, it's
you
not
provided
diplomatic.
because you gave Sinner some and you gave Alcaraz some, which means you didn't give us an answer. You just gave an answer. You gave each one in. So like it's saying,
but it's like asking. It's asking who's better at their peak, Roger or Rafa. They're both of them are different surfaces. You're gonna see a peak on
Then the
grass.
question is wrong. Man.
What?
Then the problem is with the question.
No, the question is a
ask it.
question.
No, the problem is with your answer. Your answer is incorrect.
The question is a question. It's you answer however you answer it. But we're saying this point here is that Sinner, hypothetically, if he would give you his peak, his peak would be insane. Alcaraz has an insane peak as well, but you're saying like, yeah, even if Sinner comes with his peak, he's still gonna lose against Alcaraz. We don't know yet. That's the thing. We don't know yet. So we're
don't know.
stay
But
tuned.
that wasn't the question. The question was, if Sinner hasn't reached his peak yet, do you guys think if he reaches his peak and Alcaraz is at his peak, who do you guys think?
We talked about their peak.
Alcaraz.
Give me Sinner. Give me that same Sinner against Tommy Paul and Casper Ruud. I'll take that peak.
Against who?
Against Alcaraz's
anyone.
peak. whatever.
He's not going to be able to play the same way. You're not like
We haven't seen it yet.
Well, that's,
you're never going to see. You're never going to see that.
no,
because
never,
Alcaraz
no,
will
never
be
say
saying
never. Never
Don't
say
say never.
never. Say
Don't say
never.
never.
Never say never.
Don't say never.
Okay.
Never say never, because also, by the way, I think Sinner.
Okay.
I think Sinner is still unlocking parts of his game. I think Sinner didn't reach his peak yet, especially against.
But that's not
Alcaraz.
the question. The question wasn't, can Jannik Sinner develop and have a higher peak? That wasn't the question.
okay, but
the question was
he
at this moment.
Okay, at this moment.
Who at the?
That's the thing. You're comparing.
You're asking different questions now. Like I'm trying to answer the question asked.
Alcaraz, when he plays Sinner is not showing up with his peak, so you can't compare peak to peak. They're comparing apples to oranges. Apples has not happened yet.
Then how am I supposed to answer this question? If
I just answered.
Exactly. It's a hypothetical question of what you believe would happen.
and I gave you
You're answering by matchup. You're saying who's winning the head-to-head.
I said
You're saying
Alcaraz's 10
Alcaraz-
to me is better than Sinner's 10. I'd certainly love to watch Alcaraz's 10 rather than I watch Sinner's 10. If they're playing at the same time and you tell me they're both peaking right now, who am I going to tune in and watch? Carlos Alcaraz.
Wow. Well,
I love Jannik Sinner, but Carlos Alcaraz.
Okay, fine. That's fair. It's your opinion, and we
I
We
know,
didn't talk
accept
about
it.
who you like to watch. We talked about who's speaking.
I know, but we're all asking different questions, I guess.
No, you're the only one confused on the question.
You're the only one confused about the question here. You're the only one confused about the question, by the way, because we just again to conclude. We have seen insane peak from Sinner.
You don't need to conclude again. We're done. We're done. Like
He just didn't show it against
Let's
Alcaraz.
agree to disagree. Let's just agree to disagree.
There's no disagreement.
I'm
It's
fine.
your opinion and mine. There's no disagreement. And
No,
so-
you guys told me I'm wrong. That's why I'm saying let's agree to disagree. You guys clearly told me I'm wrong.
I didn't
so
say
I'm
you're wrong.
saying
You just
let's
understand.
agree to disagree.
Well, you're
That's it.
You didn't say it wrong. Just like the way you're answering the
You told
question.
me your pick's wrong. Your answer's wrong. So I'm saying okay.
I said
then
I
let's
gave
just
you a better
agree.
answer.
Okay. Okay. Let's agree to disagree.
Whatever. Let's move on. Let's move
move
on.
on.
Let's move on.
Yes, please.
Well, in any case, Haroon, what do you think of the 2-week Masters events? Do you like it?
I don't know. Like I missed the 1 week Masters because I feel like it's too long. Yeah, like it's. I don't know what's the benefit of this. I like it packed. Just give me everything all at once. Quick week. Everything all together. I feel like it's stretched out. It's too much. Like I don't know. I'm not that big of a fan of it. I like it as a 1 week event.
Yeah. Yousef, what about you?
Yeah, I don't like this 2-week event. Like we covered this on TSH Tennis, and I'm as locked in as can be, and I'm lost sometimes. I don't know who's playing when, what's going on. Oh, we have no round of 16 today. Now, now we do. Then we have like the first week. It wasn't a 2-week event because Jannik Sinner played on Saturday his first match. So, but we have other matches going on in the. I don't like this. I like it like Haroon says. I like it condensed. I like it when we have the best of the best going head-to-head against each other from the first day. And then we, like in slams, it's 2 weeks, but you have an off day. But that off day means, off day for Sinner means Alcaraz is playing. So off day for Alcaraz means Sinner's playing. That's not what we have here. This is obviously purely a business move. But as a fan, as someone who follows it, I kind of get lost with these, and it's way too stretched out.
Looks like they're doing it for tourism.
Can you imagine?
And stuff like.
Can you imagine? Andre Rublev lost 2 weeks ago in this tournament.
Yeah, I just saw a video of him rowing with Felix Auger-Aliassime.
Yeah, like
somewhere.
he's way over this. Way over this.
Yeah, yeah.
Bublik went on to play, like Bublik won a few matches. He beat him and won a few matches, and he went to play a challenger, and then he's going to Hamburg or wherever he's going. Like all that in the span of one tournament in Rome.
Yeah, it's been quite long. I guess maybe they're enjoying the food in Rome though, so that's the positive for them. I don't know, but I wish that they were a bit more condensed, or at least make sure that I get to see a top player every day, because then at least I'll be more enticed. But like the way the schedule is split at the moment, yeah, not ideal.
Yeah,
Not ideal at all.
Like when we move into slam, that's special about slams. It's 2 weeks. We're gonna get action packed, but like this is so many 2-week events.
Yeah, it's too long. I want to get the chance to miss it. You know, just give me action packed, and then maybe take a week off. Better.
Yeah, exactly.
Crazy that it used to be also finally used to be best of 5 after all that, and it was every day. Like it was a different beast when Rafa was dominating.
Yeah. Well, if you make it less rounds, then maybe you can make the final best of 5 instead of doing a round of 128.
Maybe.
No, I like the round 28. I like it. I like that.
Well, then that means you're gonna have to have 2 weeks, my friend.
No.
So that goes against your point.
No, just 1 week like before.
1 week, 128. So that means you want them every single day to play a match.
Yeah.
Haroon's going to build another Foro Italico where there's another 14 courts.
Oh my God.
Yes,
Oh my
that's
God.
what I would like to do.
Well, Foro Italico, before we move on from Rome, guys, we need to talk about the king of Rome, the man who gave us so many amazing memories. This was his castle until very recently. And we need to talk about Rafa's greatness in Rome, guys.
Amazing.
Like tournaments like these cannot go by, like Monte Carlo, like Rome. It can't go by without us talking about Rafa. So just in case people need to be reminded of how iconic and how legendary and how absolutely dominant Rafael Nadal was in Rome, he has 10 titles in Rome.
A decade.
A decade of titles in Rome. Like it's absolutely mind-blowing. His win-loss record, 70-9. Like, who even has that? Who even has in one tournament? He won his first 17 matches. No one touched him in his first 17 matches. Like, he went all the way, then all the way till 2008 for him to lose. What is that?
Insane.
As a puppy.
It makes like
from puppy to...
he was a teenager. Like, imagine about talking about dips. He had no dips whatsoever. And like, so Rafa's greatness. Then remember we had those iconic matches. The iconic match with Guillermo Coria, which to me is ingrained in my brain until I die, probably. Some iconic moments.
Iconic with the sleeveless yellow orange.
With the long shorts.
And then I can't forever forget when he won that match and he threw his stuff in the stands and it was just pandemonium. It was just epic.
That was insane. And then we had also against Roger, like another epic one. Like they were like so many epic battles happened in Rome. And the fact that so many times, like three times, he took down 3 top 10 players to win tournaments.
That's unreal.
Like 2007, 2012, 2013, gladiator runs in their own right. So Rafael Nadal's greatness in Rome must be mentioned not only this year, it's going to be mentioned every single year. And we're moving into Roland Garros, which we're going to go into. He's going to be honored. I can't wait for that moment because he did not get the goodbye that he deserves, and I hope he's going to get in Roland Garros. And maybe they do one in Rome next year or something. Let's see. But
they should do one in every one of those tournaments that he has honored and he has dominated.
Exactly. But in a way for us to honor him, he needed to have a segment, a moment to talk about him in Rome.
Gracias, Rafa.
Well, that was that. Okay, guys, moving into my favorite segment of this podcast. Every single week when we're preparing for this segment, I can't wait to talk about and share it with you guys some interesting ones this week. Let me start with you, Ismaeel, and that is overreactions or not. I'm going to tell you something and you let me know, is it an overreaction or is it not? First up, Alcaraz versus Sinner is no longer a rivalry. Overreaction or not?
Absolutely ridiculous statement. Absolutely ridiculous. These are the 2 big dogs. They're the 2 best players in the world. It's not close. They're in a tier of their own. They master all the surfaces. This is ultimate entertainment gladiator battles. This is absolutely a rivalry. Yeah, sure. Alcaraz has won the last 4, but don't dismiss Sinner. He won one in Riyadh, which I guess people are not counting.
Keep wanting to count that exhibition.
I do want to count it because there's 6 million on the line. But on the other hand, he keeps dominating every other tournament. Like, he's winning the slams that Alcaraz doesn't win. He's winning ATP finals. Yeah, they're both the best players. It is absolutely a rivalry. We all look forward to it. It's a rivalry.
Overreaction. What in the hell are you talking about? Overreaction by a mile. That disrespecting Sinner big time, man. Of course, it's a rivalry. Sinner is still undisputed king.
People are going to hate me for this, but I do not think this is an overreaction.
Oh,
That's crazy.
Like, Alcaraz,
that's wild. That's wild to say.
No, because I think you guys are looking at it from such a broad perspective.
Blasphemy.
But head to
what
head,
you're saying.
like maybe it's recency bias, but I went into this match like I was 100% sure that Carlos Alcaraz was going to win this match. He owns Jannik Sinner right now. He owns him right now, and he's been owning him for the past 2 years. And he gets up for these
2
moments.
years is kind of
2 years is a bit of a stretch.
Against him, like, you want to tell me Jannik Sinner has been amazing against the rest of the tour? Sure, he's been the most dominant. He's the world number 1. Rivalry means you go up against me, bat mano y mano, I am taking Carlos Alcaraz, and everyone should because of what he has shown. The numbers say Carlos Alcaraz is the most dominant player when it comes to this matchup. So at the moment, it's not a rivalry. Jannik Sinner needs to show me he can beat him. He has not shown me that for over 2 years. For 2 years now. So show it to me, and then show it to me, and
It's not 2 years. There's 3 months. First of all, that was a gap. And there's also the difference between clay and hard and grass. And Sinner's beating him on grass, so you can't say that Alcaraz dominates him there. He's also beating him on clay on hard. So Sinner has beaten him everywhere. It's just a matter of.
That's very nice.
It's like going back to 2011 and saying, it's not a rivalry between Novak and Rafa.
No, but but that's not the same. But you're talking about one guy was absolutely at his best and the other guy was having a bad season. Right now, we're talking about two guys at their absolute best.
I don't think Rafa was having a bad season. But
no, 2011 wasn't the best of seasons for Rafa. It was the Novak Djokovic year.
That doesn't make it not a rivalry that year. Doesn't make it not a rivalry that year.
Yeah, sure. I understand. But at the moment, if you tell me this is a rivalry now.
He's winning the rivalry, but it's a rivalry. He's winning the rivalry.
Yeah.
At the moment, it's Carlos Alcaraz, as you like to say, Ismaeel, whenever they go up, it's the Carlos Alcaraz Invitational. So overreaction. But let's move on. Next up, Haroon, I'm coming for you. Jannik Sinner will never beat Carlos Alcaraz at Roland Garros. Overreaction or not?
So the previous one, I would have thought, that's not an overreaction. But I'm coming to this one. I'm gonna say, what do you think? Of course, this is an overreaction. Of course, Sinner is gonna beat Alcaraz at Roland Garros.
Okay.
Well, you're saying this year, or you're saying next year, or you're saying ever?
No, Jannik Sinner will never.
That's blasphemy, man. Come on, enough with these statements. Of course, he's gonna beat him at Roland Garros. I don't know when, but for sure at some point. They were so close last year. That was an insane battle at the semifinal.
It wasn't insane, but go ahead.
If Sinner never beats Alcaraz, that means he's Roger against Rafa, that his game doesn't match up at all on clay at Roland Garros.
Do you think it matches on grass?
We're talking about the clay now,
sure.
right? So I think that Alcaraz will dominate this matchup on clay, but I think that Sinner can get 1 or 2 the same way Djokovic got 1 or 2 against Rafa. I'm not going to say never, but Alcaraz will dominate 100%.
But that's not the question.
No, a Sinner will get 1 or 2.
Okay. So
not 1 or 2. He's not going to get more.
So it's an overreaction.
It's an overreaction because he'll get 1 or 2.
Yeah, of course this is an overreaction. Jannik Sinner is going to be a legend of this game. He already is. So for him to get 1 over Carlos Alcaraz, yes, I do believe it will happen. This is an overreaction.
So it is a rivery then.
No, it's not. No, it's not. You winning one.
Got him.
No,
Got him.
You didn't get anything.
You locked him in.
I really sure hope I have some people by my side. I feel like no one's going to be by my side from the viewers. But you guys, please someone say that I am with you. Oh, okay. Well, moving on to the next one. Ismaeel, Jasmine Paolini is the favorite now for Roland Garros. Overreaction or not?
The only favorite? Of course she's one of the favorites.
The favorite?
The favorite? No, that's not on her own, no, because I really like Coco Gauff's form, and I'm a big fan of what she's proven us to on clay. And it's not like we always see WTA have that type of consistency. No, I'm not. I love Jasmine Paolini. I just told you she brought me to tears, but no, she's not the favorite.
Haroon.
Yeah, I think it's an overreaction. She's not the favorite. One of the favorites for sure, coming off of a big title. Yes, you are one of the favorites. The favorite? No. Calm down a bit. There's still Sabalenka and other big players.
I agree with you guys. Yeah, unanimous here. Overreaction when it comes to slams. Some people rise up to the occasion. Iga's there practicing now, so maybe we're going to see something from her. Sabalenka's going to shine. So many other people I think are going to shine. So the favorite, I think that's a stretch. Overreaction. Well, next one. Ismaeel, ready for this one? Nobody outside Sinner and Alcaraz is winning Roland Garros. Overreaction or not?
Basically, you're asking me if I take Sinner and Alcaraz over the field, and that means no Djokovic, no Zverev, no Ruud, no Tsitsipas, no Draper, no nobody, no Musetti. Yep. And guess what? All in, baby. This is not an overreaction. It is going to one of them, and if I had to bet my money, I'm going to take all my money and put it in the Carlos Alcaraz bank right now for this. I'm 100% there. It's
Haroon,
not going outside. It's not going outside these two.
How about you,
Just
Haroon?
to be clear, this is this year, right?
Yep.
No, this is an overreaction. You guys are dismissing the GOAT here. The GOAT! Don't disrespect the GOAT. That's a different beast. A monster that is gonna show up, that's gonna put fear into everybody's soul. Novak Djokovic is the one, by the way. But yeah, no, that's an overreaction, my friend.
Yeah, I honestly think this is an overreaction. We have so many other guys on tour that deserve respect, like you said, Haroon, Novak Djokovic, Alexander Zverev. Casper Ruud deserves some love here. So to say that no one outside them is going to win this, it's so easy to say that, but no, this is an overreaction for me.
It's not so easy to take two people over the entire field. It's not. It's actually both.
No, it is easy because they're the top of the game right now. It's easy to take them.
Well, next one, Haroon, I'm coming for you. The generation of Rublev, Medvedev, Tsitsipas isn't in a slump. This is actually their level now. Overreaction or not?
I'm going to have to take a moment here and just ask for a moment of silence. Just a minute of peace for all our fallen tennis players. Goodbye, my friend. It's over.
Man.
It's over for them.
No, man.
It's over for them. They are now
man.
the pros. They're no longer stars. They're just now middle-level managers on our corporation. I think this is not an overreaction, my friend. Unfortunately, it's hard for me to say that because I love Medvedev and other players, Tsitsipas, Rublev. It's over. I'm sorry, man. Not an overreaction. Sad to say.
Ismaeel. How about you, Ismaeel?
I'm not going to give up hope just yet. I'm not giving up on Medvedev is a Grand Slam champion. Tsitsipas is a Grand Slam final. I'm not giving up hope on these guys. There's hope. There's a chance. There's a chance. With the right coaching, they have the strategy, the stamina. They can come back.
Not an overreaction? Overreaction?
No, overreaction.
Okay.
You know when you have a
Like-
movie, with so many amazing characters, they're great characters. They make the entire movie nice. But if you decide to do a standalone movie with them as the stars, it's not a good movie.
You know these younger guys, they've proven they can beat them, right? But have we seen it at slams? That's the question, right? Have we seen it at slams? Mehdi's still we saw lose to Tien. I'm trying to find something here. I'm trying to find any evidence for them. No, but I say I still have belief. Something in me still says they have it. They just need to find their way back. Mehdi is a problem solver. Tsitsipas is trying to find different ways. Rublev adding Safin to his team. Maybe things are going to change up. I'm going to give them one more chance. I'm going to say this is not their level and this is an overreaction.
I think I have some things to say about this, but I'll leave it for later.
Okay. Well, next up, we have two more left. Ismaeel, I'm going to come to you. Jack Draper. Sorry, let me repeat that. Jack Draper proved that he is the last member of the new Big Three. Overreaction or not?
It's high praise to get put in the big three, huh? Because that means that you are one of the guys and you're a big dog. And I'm watching Draper these past few months, and I can't see why not. Like the way he hits, the way he moves, his mental composure for the most part, his power, his strength. Yeah, sign me up. This is not an overreaction. Put Jack Draper in there. Ooh. Put him in there. He is part of that big three.
Wow, you let him sign the contract. Haroon,
Yeah.
How about you?
Unfortunately, I'm a big Jackie Drapes fan. I've been singing his praises since the start of the year, and I said he's going to play the ATP Finals, and I am correct until now. And now he's a top five player. So I was right on my big bold prediction from the beginning of the year. So I'm high on him already. But proved already, like he's the third member of the big three. I can't say that so surely because there's some other people maybe that are in the conversation. There's still Haroon that is not completely out of that, and he's still showing signs of greatness. And I think also Musetti is starting to sneak in his way into that conversation, other than Fonseca. I think Musetti is starting to sneak in his name into that conversation as well. So no, it's an overreaction. He didn't prove it yet. He's for sure a strong candidate, but still didn't prove it.
Yeah, I would have said Musetti is the other person I'm also throwing into that ring.
Yeah. Well, I was leaning on your side in the beginning, so I'm like, Yeah, but then I'm like, Haroon, yeah, I'm leaning. I guess that's the advantage of listening to you guys give your reasons why. But I'm leaning, I think, no, not yet. Because big three mean, let me see a slam, right? Let me see a slam. I've seen it in the Masters 1000 level. I've seen it week in and week out. I'm now seeing it on clay. Like didn't obviously lost to Alcaraz in straight sets, but making it all the way to the quarterfinals and losing to the eventual champion. So he's shown it. Show me a slam first, and then I put you in the conversation. But is he on his way? 100%. But at the moment, it's an overreaction.
Yeah.
All right.
Last one of my favorite segment. João Fonseca being the 8th odds favorite to win Roland Garros is a crime. Overreaction or not, Smile?
I'm sensing some disrespect to my boy João Fonseca. That's what I'm sensing. How dare you disrespect the next phenom, the true heir to the big three, the true power in the house. You cannot disrespect my boy João like that.
Oh my God.
I'm sensing that. Absolutely not. Do not disrespect my boy. But yeah, actually, this is a bit crime. This is crime. He's not the 8th odds favorite. He hasn't won any matches he didn't win a match in Rome, and he lost second round also in Madrid. So yeah, I'm gonna take a step back here until Joao can recoup. But I'm gonna bet on him to have a deep run.
This is absolutely wild. Haroon, how about you?
I think it's not a crime, really. I think it's not a crime at all.
Wow.
I think
Yes, Haroon. I'll take it.
Then let me ask you then. Let me ask
Okay.
you. Let me name a few names and you let me know. Would you have
let's
Joao
go.
or them?
Let's go.
Okay. Andre Rublev.
No. Yeah, Fonseca's higher.
Daniil Medvedev.
Fonseca's higher.
Grigor Dimitrov.
Fonseca's was higher.
Taylor Fritz.
Fonseca's higher.
Alex Demonauer.
Fonseca's higher.
Artur Fils.
Fonseca's higher.
Oh my God. Then Stefanos Tsitsipas.
Fonseca's higher by a long shot.
Oh my
Wait, so Haroon has Fonseca as the 5th odds favorite.
Then
I'm telling you,
Lorenzo Musetti.
Lorenzo Musetti. That's what I start to draw the line. That's where Musetti.
Well, okay, because then that means you agree because Lorenzo Musetti is the 7th odds-on favorite. So you actually do have Joao Fonseca at number 8.
But wait. I'm gonna say something here that's gonna be pretty crazy to hear. But although I'm a huge Casper Ruud fan, but I take Joao Fonseca to win the title over Casper Ruud. Casper Ruud's gonna make a final. When I take Joao to win it. So this is my explanation here. If deep runs, for sure, deep runs, 100 times they're going to play RG. How many times are they going to have deep runs? For sure, maybe Fonseca is going to have like 90 first round losses. But that one time he could lift that slam, yes, I take Joao Fonseca. All of these other guys are not even smelling what that slam is like.
Oh my God.
With all due respect, no offense to any guy.
Overhype and disrespect and stuff there were lots of things went down there. But I have to say, this is an overreaction. The craziest thing, I have to be the guy that looks like the Joao Fonseca hater.
You are a hater.
Come, that's right. How many?
How dare you
he
not
went to
pick
a
a
challenger
person?
and lost to De Jong first round in the challenger in Estoril.
Jong's a
The
great
guy
player.
that got absolutely smacked. He got smacked by Jannik Sinner.
You didn't get smacked 6-4, 6-2. That's honorable compared to what Ruud had.
This is an overreaction. This is an absolute crime right now. Calm the hype down. Calm it the hell down.
No.
It's not hype.
We will
It's
not.
hype.
Well, guess what?
Fact.
The odds makers do not want to calm it down, so I guess they're with you. But yeah, that's wild. But we're on opposite sides of the spectrum here, and I do want to know what you guys have to say, and we always want to know what you guys have to say. That was the overreaction or not segment
He's
for
a
this
Ferrari.
week. Let us know what you think, and let's move on, Smile, to the next.
Yeah, well, it's perfect to talk about Joao because I have a next-gen update for you guys. First things first, Joao Fonseca got the call for the Labour Cup. He's going to be playing there.
Type. Team World.
He's going to be on Team World.
Finally.
Team World just got some
Finally,
news.
somebody
They got-
interesting there. Finally.
Oh,
We're going to see
more disrespect.
we're going to see Joao against Alcaraz.
Oh.
Joao versus Alcaraz.
Oh, wow. That's nice.
What are you going to say when Alcaraz gets lit up by Joao?
Oh my God. What time is it? You need to go to sleep. You're an old man that deserves some
And
sleep.
then we're going to talk about the peaks now, the peak conversation. Let's revisit the peak conversation with Fonseca.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, you're gonna change your opinion
You
then.
can't stay long here, my friend. Keep us going.
Well, anyways, I mean, to be fair, Fonseca just lost round 1 to Maruchan, so we might have to calm that puppy down.
Yes,
He's
please.
learning.
Also, Lerner Tien, you took out Opelka round 1. That's a nice win, isn't it? In Rome, and then he lost to Mahach. Menchik's still looking good, guys. His clay game is coming together. Round of 16, lost to Hubi Hurkacz, my player to come back in the top 10, who's never coming back, it seems. And then also Fils, he made the round of 16 again, and he lost to Zverev.
Not a bad loss.
Not a bad loss, and he's been looking very good.
Zverev got
He's going to be
revenge.
problem on clay.
Yeah.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Good. Well, we can move into here, guys. We like to be transparent on this show and tell you where we got it right and where we got it wrong. And let's start off where we got it right. And we had absolutely nothing right.
You gonna give me something? You want to give me something?
Okay, yeah, we'll give you something. You had Alcaraz in 2 in the final. Is that
Yeah.
what you want?
I had
Okay.
Sinner.
I had Alcaraz in 3.
I had Sinner to
I had
win it
Alcaraz.
all.
I get no picks right. Give me something.
Well, you did a good job. You did call
No,
that
but
one.
that's much easier than to pick
That's
it
a
from the
final.
beginning. I had Sinner making.
I'm not
Yeah.
saying like I deserve applause or anything like if I pick the winner, but give me something.
Yeah, well, you do. You do get credit for that.
Thank you.
Where we were wrong, though, Haroon, you had Sinner winning this title. You lost in the final. Yousef, you had Musetti.
I was close.
You were close. And guys, I had Rune. So I was definitely the furthest away from getting this pick right.
But he's not feeling good, so
It was a good pick when
Yeah,
you made
it's
it.
also
It was a
fair.
good pick when you made it.
Yeah.
On the women's side, Haroon, you had Andreeva. She lost to Coco. That was a very nice match against
that was
Coco.
exciting.
I had Ostapenko. She lost to the eventual champion.
Oh, so you're the winner.
So I should feel happy about that.
You should.
Yousef, you had Pegula. And,
Not good.
well, she didn't come through either.
Yeah.
So we have a chance to make up for it, don't we?
Yes, my friends, and before we go, it is time for my second favorite segment after the overreactions, and that is Who Ya Got? So we have Hamburg, we have Geneva, we have Sasha going to Hamburg, we have Novak going to Geneva. Interesting tournaments ahead of Roland Garros. Let me start with you, Ismaeel. Who you got in Hamburg?
Well, this player has not been looking good so far this season for his own standards.
Let me hear it.
But I am taking Zverev to the title
Yes!
in Germany.
Listen.
I'm riding with him.
Full of gates.
He likes playing in Germany. He likes playing in this home crowd. I loved what he just did in Munich. Let's take the Hamburg title home.
Haroon.
I'm gonna take my boy. My boy. I picked him before. I'm gonna pick him again. Sasha Zverev is gonna win this one. He's gonna now back-to-back titles in front of his home crowd. Let's go, Sasha Zverev.
No, this is going to be a unanimous one. No.
Yeah. Sorry, Sasha.
That means he's not going to win the tournament.
Maybe not.
I have to change it for his sake, don't I?
No.
I'll change it for his sake. For his sake, Sasha, because I want you to win this and I want you to gain more confidence. I am going with Francisco Cerundolo to win this tournament. Not because I believe it. It's because I want Sasha to win. But Cerundolo, if he wins, he is a player I would love to see lift the title. Francisco Cerundolo, winner in Hamburg.
Wow.
It's a
Well,
good
moving on to Geneva, the other side of town, we have, as I said, Novak Djokovic coming back into play. Ismaeel, Haroon, I want to hear what you guys have to say. Haroon, who wins Geneva?
This is an interesting pick, and I don't think anybody's going to expect this from me, but I'm picking Nuno Borges. I think Nuno Borges is going to lift this title.
Wow.
Yep. I think obviously you're thinking, oh, Novak is Novak going to win this one? But Novak, he just wants to few matches feel good, and then he's going to dip. He's going to throw that match, tank it away, and then go get prepared for Arjun. I'm taking Nuno Borges to win this one. What about you, Ismaeel?
That's so nice. How about you, Ismaeel?
I'm really conflicted about this draw. It's absolutely messing my mind. I have no idea who to go with, and I'm between two players, but I'm going to do something. I'm going here with a really, really wild pick. I'm going to take the player I want to get back into the top 10. I'm taking Hubi Hurkacz here with a chance.
Wow.
With a chance.
He gets a
not
tough
bad.
Kazo. in
Yeah,
round one.
honestly, I was about to take Kazo. So, if you told me Kazo's going to beat him in straights, I'll tell you, yeah, I expect that too. But I'm going to go, let's say Hurkacz is looking good. He's feeling good. He needs the points. He's motivated. He's not going to dip like Novak towards the end of his tournament. He needs the points. He'll go, I'm going to take Hurkacz.
Interesting.
Okay. Well, this one you guys are not going to see coming. Why? Because this man was in Serbia and he was practicing with Novak Djokovic. And the winner of the Geneva Open 2025 is Miomir Kecmanovic.
Wow, yeah, that sounds like his tournament. That sounds like a tournament he would definitely love to win. Yeah.
Before RG, the top guys maybe, I don't know. In fact, get some of that GOAT magic dust. He wins it.
Yeah, you know what
Maybe.
I can guarantee you guys something. None of us got that pick right.
Well, I guess we're going to find out.
I guarantee
Nino
that.
Borges just took out Alex Mickelson.
Which is a good
That's
win.
a good win.
Let's see.
We will
Let's see. Guys, that wraps up today's show. Go check out some of our other content and subscribe to get all your tennis news here every week. See you next time.
Have a good night. Good night. Good night. Very good night.